Hello, everyone, and welcome to our English Conversation Practice podcast. My name is Paul. I am very happy to be here with you today.
And hello for me too. My name is Emily. Thank you so much for joining us. Whether you are walking, driving, or relaxing at home, we are glad you are listening.
Today, we have a very special and important topic. We are going to talk about your future. We will discuss dreams, goals, and the plans you want to make for your life.
That is right, Paul. This topic can truly change your future. And remember, because this is an English learning podcast, we are going to speak slowly and clearly. We want you to understand every single word.
Exactly. We will also pause often so you have time to think about what we are saying. Learning a language takes time, and you should not feel rushed.
So, let us begin with the basics. Paul, people always use the words dream and goal. But what is the real difference between a dream and a goal?
That is a wonderful question, Emily. Many people think they are the same thing, but they are actually very different. A dream is something you imagine. It is something you wish for in your mind.
Can you give us an example of a dream?
Sure. For example, you might say, I dream of living in a big house near the beach. Or, I dream of speaking English perfectly one day. These are beautiful thoughts, but they do not have a real plan.
I see. So a dream is just a hope or a wish. It's in your imagination. Then what is a goal?
A goal is a dream that has a strict deadline and a clear action plan. A goal is something you actively work on every single day.
That makes perfect sense. So if my dream is to speak English perfectly, my goal would be, I will study English for 30 minutes every day, and I will read one English book this month.
Exactly. You gave the dream a plan. You gave it a specific time. That is how a dream becomes a goal.
To achieve these goals, we need to learn a very useful vocabulary word today. That word is ambition. Let me spell it for our listeners. A-M-B-I-T-I-O-N. Ambition.
Ambition is a strong desire to do or achieve something. If you want to be successful, you need ambition. You need that fire inside you to keep working hard, even when things are difficult.
Another great vocabulary word is milestone. Let me spell that one too. M-I-L-E-S-T-O-N-E. Milestone.
Emily, how would you explain the word milestone to our students?
A milestone is a very important event in the development of something. In our lives, a milestone is a small victory on the way to a much bigger goal. It's a stepping stone.
A stepping stone. That is a great phrase. It means one small step that helps you move forward to the next step.
Yes. And speaking of milestones and small steps, I want to share a personal story with our listeners today.
I would love to hear it, Emily. Please share your story.
Well, a few years ago, I had a very big dream. My dream was to run a full marathon. A full marathon is about 42 kilometers long.
Wow, 42 kilometers. That is a very long distance to run.
It is. And to be honest, it felt completely impossible. Every time I thought about running 42 kilometers, I felt scared. I didn't know how to start.
So what did you do? How did you turn that scary dream into a real goal?
I realized that I needed to take small steps. I couldn't just wake up one morning and run a marathon. So I set a much smaller goal. My first milestone was to run a 5-kilometer race. We call it a 5K.
That is a very smart plan. 5 kilometers is much more achievable for a beginner than 42 kilometers.
Exactly. But even the 5 kilometers was hard at first. The first week, I only ran for 1 minute and then I walked for 5 minutes. I did this over and over again.
That is the perfect example of taking things slowly.
You did not rush. You gave your body time to learn and adapt.
Yes, and I kept doing it. Week after week, I ran a little bit more. I bought comfortable running shoes. I woke up early in the morning when the air was cool. Some days I felt very tired and wanted to give up.
But you did not give up. You used your ambition.
That is right. I used my ambition. Finally, the day of the 5K race arrived. I stood at the starting line with hundreds of other people. I was very nervous, but I was also excited.
How did the race go? Did you finish it?
I did finish it. I ran the whole 5 kilometers without stopping. When I crossed the finish line, I felt so happy and proud of myself. Achieving that small milestone gave me the confidence to keep going.
That is a beautiful and inspiring story, Emily, and it perfectly relates to learning English.
How so, Paul? Explain it to our listeners.
Well, many of our listeners have the big dream of becoming fluent in English. But fluency is like a marathon. It feels huge and impossible at first.
That is so true. Looking at a giant English dictionary can be very scary.
Exactly. So you must set smaller goals. Do not try to learn 1,000 words in one day. Instead, set a goal to learn 5 new words every day.
Watch one short video in English. Write one short paragraph.
Those are the small steps. And when you finally have your first full conversation in English without translating in your head, that is your 5K race. That is your huge milestone.
Yes, it is. But Emily, we also have to be honest with our listeners. The journey to success is not always easy. Sometimes things go wrong.
You are absolutely right, Paul. Sometimes we fail. We make mistakes. We call these setbacks.
Setback. S-E-T-B-A-C-K. A setback is a problem that delays your progress. It makes you take a step backwards.
Paul, do you have a story about a setback or a mistake you made recently?
Oh, I certainly do. I have a very funny story about a massive failure. It happened just last week.
Please tell us. I love hearing your stories.
Well, as you know, I love watching cooking shows on television. The chefs make everything look so easy. So my new goal was to become an amazing home chef.
That is a great ambition. Cooking is a wonderful skill to learn.
I thought so too. So last Friday, I decided to cook a very fancy dinner. I invited a few friends over. I wanted to impress them. I chose a very difficult recipe. It was a roasted chicken with a special mushroom sauce and vegetables.
That sounds delicious, but it also sounds like a lot of work for a beginner.
It was too much work. That was my first mistake. I tried to run the marathon before running the 5K. I went to the supermarket, bought all the expensive ingredients, and started cooking.
What went wrong?
Everything went wrong. I tried to chop the vegetables, stir the sauce, and watch the chicken in the oven, all at the same time. I got very stressed. I confused the sugar with the salt.
Oh no, salty sauce instead of sweet?
Yes, but that wasn't the worst part. I completely forgot about the chicken in the oven. I left the temperature way too high. Suddenly, I smelled something terrible.
Did it burn?
Burned is a small word for what happened. It was completely black. Thick, dark smoke started coming out of the oven. The smoke filled my entire kitchen.
Oh my goodness, what did you do?
I panicked. I opened the oven door and more smoke came out. Then the alarm went off. Beep, beep, beep. It was so incredibly loud.
That sounds like a complete disaster. Were your friends there yet?
Yes, my friends arrived right at that moment. They walked in and they saw me waving a towel in the air, trying to stop the fire alarm. There was smoke everywhere. The fancy dinner was ruined.
I am so sorry, Paul, but I have to laugh. That is a very funny mental picture. What did you eat for dinner?
I had to admit my failure. We opened all the windows to let the smoke out. Then I picked up my phone and I ordered a large pepperoni pizza from the restaurant down the street.
Well, pizza is always a good backup plan.
Yes, it is. We sat on the floor, ate the pizza, and we actually laughed about it for hours.
So, what did you learn from this cooking disaster?
I learned that failure is just part of the learning process. I cannot become a master chef in one day. I need to start with simple recipes. Maybe I should learn to cook an egg before I try to roast a whole fancy chicken.
That is a fantastic lesson, and it's the exact same lesson for learning English.
How do you mean, Emily?
When you're learning to speak English, you are going to make mistakes. You will use the wrong verb tense, you will pronounce words incorrectly, you might even use a word that makes no sense, just like putting salt instead of sugar.
Yes, that is very common. Sometimes you'll feel embarrassed when you speak to a native speaker.
But you cannot let that stop you. Making mistakes does not mean you are bad at English. It means you're trying. It means you're learning.
Exactly. If I never cook again just because I burned one chicken, I will never improve. I have to go back to the kitchen and try again.
Our listeners need to do the same thing. If you say the wrong word in English, just laugh about it, correct yourself, and try again. Every mistake is a stepping stone to fluency.
Let us talk a little bit about the grammar we use when we talk about the future. This will help our listeners make their own plans.
Great idea. In English, we mostly use two forms to talk about the future: will and going to.
Let us start with will. We often use will when we make a sudden decision, or when we're making a promise, or talking about a dream without a strict plan.
For example, I will travel the world someday. It's a beautiful thought, but it's not a fixed plan yet.
We also use will when we promise something. I promise I will practice my English tonight.
Now let's look at going to. We use going to when we have already made a plan or a decision before speaking. This is the language of goals.
Exactly. I'm going to take an English exam next month. This means you have already decided. You probably already registered for the exam. It's a solid plan.
So if you want to turn your English dreams into goals, start using going to. Say to yourself, I'm going to listen to this podcast twice a week.
I'm going to speak English out loud for 10 minutes every morning.
I'm going to write down 3 new vocabulary words today.
Using going to changes your mindset. It makes your brain realize that this is a serious plan, not just a passing wish.
Let us do a quick role play, Paul. I will ask you about your future plans, and you can show our listeners how to answer using these natural expressions.
That sounds like a great idea. I am ready.
Okay. Hi, Paul. We haven't seen each other in a while. What are your plans for this upcoming weekend?
Hi, Emily. Well, this weekend, I am going to stay home and relax. I am going to read a new book that I bought last week. What about you? Do you have any plans?
Yes, I do. On Saturday, I am going to visit my parents. We're going to have a nice family lunch.
That sounds lovely. Now, Emily, let me ask you a bigger question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your long-term goals?
Oh, that is a big question. In 5 years, I am going to be running my own small business. I have a strong ambition to open a bakery. I'm already taking baking classes, which is my first big milestone.
That is wonderful. I will definitely come and buy your cakes. Just please make sure you do not burn them like I burned my dinner.
Don't worry, Paul. I will keep a close eye on the oven.
See, everyone? That is how you can naturally talk about the future.
It's a simple, relaxed conversation.
We want to encourage all of our listeners today. Take out a piece of paper and a pen. Write down one big dream you have.
Then, right next to it, write down one small step you can take today to move closer to that dream. Turn that dream into a goal.
Maybe your small step is reading an English article. Maybe it's signing up for a gym class. Maybe it's buying a recipe book.
Whatever it is, do it today. Do not wait for tomorrow. The future starts with the actions you take right now.
And remember, if you face a setback, if things go wrong, do not panic. Do not give up.
Just laugh, learn from the mistake, and keep moving forward. Order the pizza and try cooking again tomorrow.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We hope this conversation helps you improve your listening skills and motivates you to chase your goals.
We are very proud of you for taking the time to practice your English today. That is a great milestone already. Keep up the fantastic work.
We will be back next week with another slow, clear, and helpful English conversation.
Until then, keep taking those small steps towards your big dreams. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye, and see you next time.